Hey, Atlanta Fringers, I'm Eli. We're here at Do You Validate Studios, and I'm talking with Michael and Lizzy about their show, Get Home Safe. Y'all are down here from New York City, yeah?
We live here now.
Okay.
But we moved here from New York.
We crossed paths in New York, but we didn't actually run in the same circles.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we were aware of each other.
Yeah.
But we didn't become friends until we moved to Atlanta.
Oh, no kidding. Now, this is an improv show. I want to ask what audiences can expect when they come see your show, but I guess they can expect anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the whole thing about it being as long
It's not scripted, no matter what my parents think, because my parents don't really understand improv. And my dad, one time, he's come to a show one time, not ours, a different one, and he was like, I think you guys should practice the lines more. And I was like, thank you for the note.
All right. Noted. Well, tell us a little bit about your style of improv.
I originally come from San Francisco. I moved to New York to do improv, which is a fool's errand. Just basically been studying and doing festivals throughout the country, performing for, I don't know, good Lord, almost 14, 15 years. I don't want to think about the financials there.
Yeah.
But I'm still, this is a whole project is me also kind of figuring out Lizzy, because again, most of the people that I know in this community I've done through comedy and improv. So it's kind of a way for me to take my social anxiety and funnel it into something more productive. I usually try to perform with, emotional truth and also being as stupid as possible.
Yeah.
So it's trying to find the middle between that to be like, I often am playing characters that are weirdos of society with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
So if you want a pretty woman experience, that's me.
And I feel like my style of improv, it's very grounded, so it plays well with Michael's, because I know that whatever I do or say, he kind of catches it and throws it back, and then it makes it better.
Okay.
In a way, I would say I often play neurotic characters because
Yeah.
I'm a bit, so it just kind of ends up that way. But I think that the best way to kind of describe our work together is it kind of feels like a play that's made up on the spot. So there's an emotional truth to things and
Yeah.
a grounded vulnerability in a way, which I think is oftentimes missing from comedy, which is
Yeah.
why I enjoy this work.
That's wonderful. So this is a bit different improv than I think the average person might assume, sort of the improv games like Whose Line Is It Anyway? This isn't that. This is a long-form improv show.
Yeah, we won't cut.
Okay.
So we will live through the experience with the audience.
Yeah, okay. Do you maintain the characters throughout the show? Are there constantly new characters coming and going?
No.
It's just the same thing?
we haven't played with that, but it's just been kind of this tightrope act of us just kind of being on a stage and
Seeing what happens.
Yeah.
you kind of is it a two-hander they call it on Broadway?
Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
It sounds
I'll
correct.
take it. A two-hander.
two-hander.
You're,
It's a
you're,
two-hander,
the, you're the
sure.
trained actor.
a two-hander, so.
But yeah, it's like a tightrope act, and just whatever happens, and thankfully, it hasn't been a train wreck. But
Yeah.
who knows? At this year's
Look,
Fringe,
maybe that's attractive to some people.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen. You could come and see something bad. You could come and see something amazing that you think
Yeah.
about for the rest of your life. We
Yeah.
cannot. I don't know if that really sold the show very
Well,
well.
I'd say that's the whole Fringe experience, right? It's
Okay.
like you don't always know what you're going to get when you
Yeah.
walk into a show. And I think some of the most amazing and impressive shows I've seen have been totally unexpected. So it feels like your show is that every time,
Yeah.
right?
Well, we hope it's a magical experience
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, awesome.
in pajamas. Don't
Oh
forget about
yeah,
that.
we also wear pajamas when we perform
Oh, okay.
because we wanted to feel like, I don't know, pajamas make when you're in your pajamas, you're about to go to sleep. It's
Yeah.
like you're a very vulnerable person at that time. So it's almost like we're inviting you into our house for a sleepover.
Oh, that's so nice. How did you all start doing the show together?
I think we were on a different improv team, and,
Yeah,
and
we're
then
always
Michael was
just-
just like,
yeah,
would you ever
always-
want to just try some two-prov?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
'cause
said yes.
Because I have a lot of experience doing that in San Francisco, where I produced a show called Flaky Jake, and we would do from 5-minute things to eventually ending for doing hour-long shows, which is kind of like this. And it was my way of kind of trying to figure out myself on stage, but also just what I enjoy about this, and definitely that whole gamble of knowing that there's no kind of this lack of a safety net. I think is kind of encouraging too, because it forces me to have to really dig in deeper, and but I'll also be incredibly silly. Though my goal is to emotionally affect somebody. I've got one person to cry through improv.
Oh, wow.
But tears of joy. So I'm hoping to do that again.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I like to try to make Michael break on
Oh, yeah.
stage.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, because he's so stoic.
Uh-huh.
No, I've just been told not to break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, if I can make Michael laugh in the set, I feel like it's been a successful show.
Now I'm prepared.
Now he'll never laugh again.
Brace yourself.
He'll
I'm gonna
never
bite
laugh
my
again.
tongue the whole time.
To give it the satisfaction. Well, that's awesome. It sounds like, again, sort of breaking from what we might expect from traditional improv. It's not just the laughs. Like, you're trying to craft a whole hour-long story here that runs the same sort of emotional levels that any written play might.
Yeah, I think comedians are scared of silence
Yeah.
a lot of the time, but I think that, like, silence creates contrast, and contrast can lead to funny.
Yeah.
And it's actually, like, more of a payoff if you let the joke rest
Yeah.
and then, like, come back at the end.
Yeah.
So I kind of like to build in some things, like, and these are like tricks. If somebody wants to do good grounded improv, you can, like, always reveal a secret if you run out of things to,
Oh, okay.
like, a secret, or like a want, or a desire, or a wish, like, and those are just, like, human elements. So
Yeah. That's nice.
the humanity of comedy.
I mean, for me, I'm just trying to parcel out how much is your character and how much is you shining through.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just really, like, pull on my life most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's a great source. It's always available to you.
well, like, why are we trying so hard to make things up? Life is funny enough.
Yeah, that's
You know.
fair. Yeah.
I'm not getting paid, so I might as well use it somewhere.
So what are some things that you've learned as you've developed this show and played it in different places?
Because the show we've been putting on for the past year, we've really kind of embraced the sleepover concept. I imagine it might bleed over into the show, but I know Lizzy definitely was it party games.
Yeah.
I've never been to a sleepover like such as these. So
Michael never got the sleepover experience.
Oh, yeah.
So we're healing childhood trauma as well. Yeah, we produce a monthly show at Onward Theater in town, and we invite a bunch of different comedians and acts, and so it feels kind of like you're putting on a talent show that you might have put on for your parents when you were growing up,
that's so
when
cool.
you had your friends over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
And of course there are games and prizes,
Of course.
glow sticks. So.
Perfect. Tell us about your experience as artists in Atlanta.
So I moved right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really know anyone, and then everything shut down. So as things have opened back up, I have, like, enjoyed kind of getting to, like, be in communities.
Yeah.
And that has, like, made me enjoy my time here even more.
Yeah.
I think people are very creative and, like, eager to do things and projects, which is exciting because I love that type of energy.
What's exciting you specifically about the Fringe this weekend?
I think it's definitely just seeing, for me, definitely during the pandemic, it was just like that fear of, like, is art just going to be sequestered onto a computer, or is it going to be kind of, I think during that time, I think the idea of connecting was, we take it so for granted. And then so to kind of see the scene also, not just with comedy, but with art and film and things like that. I mean, people are very hungry to really kind of get their voice out. And in Atlanta, it is that thing of, like, all these people that not just us coming from other areas, but within here realizing, like, oh, they have a voice, they have things to say and perspectives that are, like, completely unique to Atlanta, in which this is my first time living in the South, so I'm constantly learning things, phrases, ways to eat, I like a little bit of everything. So it's like, it's definitely, it's that hunger that I think I don't see in other cities. I think it's just because everything's still relatively fresh and new, and it's great to be around.
I think that, like, when everything shut down, and it's like all the theaters shut down too, and there was, like, kind of a fear we don't have those spaces anymore, and, like, what is going to happen. I remember, like, at the very start of lockdown, going to an online improv show and then like closing my computer and crying because I was like, comedy is dead, everything is dead.
That was tough.
This is the worst. So like I'm excited to do the Fringe. I've never done a Fringe festival, and I think that that creative energy is going to be like full force.
Yeah. Well, tell the Atlanta Fringers where and when they can see your show.
Do we need to consult the?
No, I think I can do this off memory.
Okay.
I know we're at the Wrecking Bar Pub
Wrecking Bar Pub.
in the
Mariana stage.
yes, yes, at the Mariana stage. So you can go ahead and get yourself a pint and come through.
Yeah.
We have performances on Thursday at 10 p.m. And then a Saturday matinee.
There's a show on Friday too.
Good gosh.
Yes.
What?
Thursday at 10, Friday at 7, Saturday at 4, and at 10.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So
Great.
all times a day and dinner times.
There should be a time to suit everyone's needs. So please
True.
come.
That's true. And you can come all 4 times and get a different show every time,
That's
too.
right.
is the
Yes,
part about it.
guaranteed to be a
And then
different
maybe
show.
there will be prizes or
Yeah.
snacks.
I'll get
I don't know.
Wow, could be
Candy.
prizes. and snacks.
I used to be a pastry chef.
What?
If the Wrecking Bar Pub will allow me to bring outside food, I could maybe wrangle a few
Oh,
things together.
man. That's worth more than the price
What
of a
can
ticket.
we offer you to come to
Yeah,
our
what-
show? Please.
What bribes will be on your seat?
So you'll laugh, you might cry, hopefully, and you might get a pastry. That's
fair. Yeah,
that's
fair
pretty
assumption.
great. I'm in. That's all I need
I mean,
to know.
I feel like that's better odds than some things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you will leave with something guaranteed. So
All right, well, everyone, come to the Atlanta Fringe this weekend and check out Get Home Safe. Thanks again, and thanks for joining us, Michael and Lizzy.
Thank you.
thank you. It's our pleasure.
All right, bye-bye.